Oh, yes. Hey, welcome everyone to Studio W, the Buzz, your global radio network. You know, we circle this thing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, with some of the finest programs you can find anywhere around the world. And ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for Soul to Soul. Sit down with the Lady Songbird Jinda. Hey, and it's my pleasure. I have the honor of having a conversation with this young, brilliant artist. Hey, Jinda.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastically well. How are you?
Oh, you know what? It's a little chilly outside, but you know what? It's still beautiful out there.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to sit down with you today. So let's talk. Let's talk. I see
You
you
know,
have the, I see you have the household man driving.
yes, it's right here.
So
Honey
where are you
Bunny
guys?
is right there.
Are you headed to a gig? I mean, you have a performance this weekend?
No, we're not. We're just taking care of some business. Got to check on some things. Since, we've been in Kentucky for a while, so we
Right.
gotta check on some stuff and then get on right on back.
I understand.
We got a lot of
Well,
things.
it's an honor for me because I haven't had a chance to have a sit down conversation with you in a while. You've been on several platforms, obviously, and we are always playing your music because we love it, and the audience does as well. And so some of
I,
our audience,
I'm so I'm so grateful for you. First of all, you always show me love from day one when we first met you, and you have shown me and my husband. You consider family to us. So when it comes to music, you're the first to get it. Definitely. When we bring it out, we actually are about to go into the studio. We have some songs that we completed for our own that we have. But as far as new material, I'll be going to the studio real soon and churn out about 10 more songs that I'm
whoa,
recording.
oh my God!
So
And I'm
so
looking at it.
that's coming in May. So we're gonna be going to the studio then. But man, when I tell you these shows have been just coming, we have so many shows, and I'm so excited about all the new areas that we're tapping into, and some familiar areas as well. So
Well,
that's
your journey is a story is a story in itself. But so let's unpack it for some of the audience who this is their first time listening to you and hearing you. Now you already have an audience here on the Buzz anyway, but we get new listeners every day. So I want to give them the opportunity of finding out who is the Lady Songbird Jinda Harris. So let's start here.
well.
How old
Go ahead.
how
Go
old were you
ahead.
when you first started singing? How old were you when you first started singing?
Well, my mama said that I was 7 years old when I first started singing, and she
Okay.
said how she knew I picked up that singing gene because music is all in my family. Is when every TV show that had a jingle, I would remember it and sing it. And she was like,
So
"Wow,
wow, wow. So you're telling us at a very young age you weren't shy.
I was extremely shy." I told
Oh,
you, I mean, yeah, I'll tell anybody, I was extremely shy as a kid. I was like that. My mom would see the best of me. But when it
right.
came for family reunions, she would put me on the spot and say, "You're just gonna sing." And that would be, I would be so terrified to sing in front of my family. I would have my eyes closed when I sang. I couldn't look at anyone. I was more you be
Oh boy.
frog, from way back in the day. He would in the dark with the owner, the frog would sing with the top hat and everything. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime cow. He was singing, and then when he put him on the stage to sing for everybody, he didn't do anything but that was it. So he was his superstar. So I was mom's superstar for a very long time until around elementary school. I started kind of opening up for my fifth grade graduation. I auditioned for the fifth grade graduation, and I sang Whitney Houston's "The Greatest Love of All."
Oh my.
So
Oh
that
my.
was a fifth. fifth grade graduation. And
Oh,
then when I went to elementary, I was always in choir. I was always doing competitions. I was always doing something. My mom put me in every type of talent show,
mm,
every little thing. So when I was a senior in high school, I was in two different choirs. I was in a gospel choir, and I was in a the regular choir, which I sung different languages like German, French, and I won competitions. And I love choir so much, and my choir teachers believed in me so much that one of my choir teachers, he says, I'm going to get you a scholarship. I'm going to do everything I can do to get you a scholarship. And that's exactly what happened. I received a full 4-year scholarship for music and vocal technique to study opera to Morris Brown College, in which I did not finish, but I still had enough toolage under my belt to learn all I, you know, all I have now as far as expanding my range to where it is today and um, vocal exercises, what I need to do to perfect my voice and cultivate my craft. I've learned that. And those are the same techniques that I do to this day.
mm. Now, did you sing in church as well?
I did. I did sing in church, and I was also a choir director at one time in church.
Oh, that's pretty amazing. At what age were you directing choirs in church?
I would, I would say I was around 28, 29 years old.
Okay, okay. Now tell us a little bit. Now I understand that you have your family. You have a lot of family members uh, that are in the music industry. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, my family, we're from Springfield, Ohio. I'm from Springfield, Ohio originally, and most of my family, well, all of my family, other than my brother, was born in Texas, but majority of my family, my mom and dad, everybody's from Springfield, Ohio. So I come from a very musical family. My cousin is Aaron Black. My uncle is Aaron Blackman. He was the lead guitarist for Roger Troutman and Zapp. He also was the co-writer for the song Computer Love, and he was
Mm,
also the musical composer for the late Luther Vandross. Um, Also, my cousin is Cindy Blackman, my second cousin, Cindy Blackman Santana. She is married to Carlos Santana, and she is the drummer for Lenny Kravitz. If you ever looked at Lenny Kravitz's music video, "Are You Gonna Go My Way?" That's her on the drums.
mhm.
Huh?
Yeah, yeah, what,
And she's on
I'm
Monday
gathering.
Night Football. If you look at Monday Night Football, she's playing on stage with Snoop when he comes on Monday Night Football. That's my cousin. And
Outstanding.
my other cousin is Dale DeGroat, Pastor Dale DeGroat. He's married to Shirley Murdoch. He was also the keyboardist for Zapp,
Hmm.
Zapp as well. So,
Now, growing up, your biggest influence was your mom, if I'm correct about that. Who are some of the other people that influenced you and encouraged you and just really got behind and really believed in you? Who are some of your other
well,
biggest influences?
growing up, some of my biggest influences would be my mom, my dad, and also my late uncle Richard Blackman. He sang as well. He thought he was a part of Cameo. You could tell him that because he was saying everything Cameo. But when I tell you that he told me something before he passed, he said, "Don't you ever stop singing.
Don't ever stop.
Everybody needs to hear you all over the world." And I was a kid. I was about 17. And
Mhm.
he came home from work one day, and I was in the bathroom, and I was in the shower, and I was just saying, your voice sounds amazing in the shower. And he never really like heard me sing, and I thought I was at home by myself. He he stood on the outside of the door, waiting for me to get out. He said, "Was that the radio? Oh my
Wow,
God! Don't you ever stop singing!
that's
Don't you
incredible.
ever stop singing!"
That is
Yeah.
absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Now, when you're performing, oh, by the way, before we go, I want you to tell us some of your upcoming performances and where people can find you. Where can they find and listen to your music? But what do you have? Where are you going to perform next, Jinda? I think she froze on us, ladies and gentlemen. This incredible talent. You really need to check out the Lady Songbird Jinda Harris on all
There we go.
all all major platforms. So where are you performing next, Jinda?
Am performing February 1st. I am performing February 1st in Stonecrest, Georgia at Black Wall Street at Peak Lion inside the Black Wall Street. I'm performing there February 1st.
Okay. And then
And then
afterwards?
afterwards, February February 7th, I'm in Marietta, Georgia, performing with Willie Rich and Big Steve. We're doing a soul tribute, some of the great R&B legends. So we'll be performing at this club called 803. The tickets are $10 at the door. So
Oh,
yes, that's on the 7th. But on the 6th, I will be in Frankfort, Kentucky. One night only. The Troutman Music presents A Night for Lovers with me, your girl, the Lady Songbird, Jinda at 99 Club. And the tickets and the number for the tickets are on the flyer. Want to reach out because the space and seating is limited. It's $20 a ticket, and I heard it already selling really well. And food is included. And it's a
whoa.
pre-Valentine's show brought to you by
That's a
Troutman Music. And then
that's a
that's
that's a
6th,
bargain.
February 6th.
That's a bargain. Food's included. It's only $20. Ladies and
Yes.
gentlemen, if you hear or about the Lady Songbird Jinda Harris performing anywhere, you really want to drop what you're doing and go. Really support this
Stay
brilliant.
on I-75.
She's absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible.
It
Now
is.
let's talk about your music because
Yeah.
at one time, did you put your career on hold at one time?
I did. I paused my career back in around 2009, 2008, 2009. I lost my father. I was doing, I lived in Houston at the time. My dad lived in Atlanta, and I lost my father. So I took a backseat and raised my kids. I just didn't. It happens to us all in artistry during our musical journey. We just don't, after a loss of a loved one, I just did not want to didn't want to sing anymore. I lost the music. I just wanted to focus on raising my boys, and that was it.
Yeah.
But prior to me, before I lost my father, I was in a band for years, and we were a cover band, and we traveled all over Houston, and we were a well-known group that performed for everybody. And I broke off and did my own thing, and I opened up for Shantae Moore. I was a background singer for the late Ollie Woodson of the Temptations when he was in Houston to perform. I opened up for any and everybody. Tank, Genuine, Ohio Players, Confunction,
Whoa.
Mary Jane Girls, Lauryn Hill, a little bit of everybody. And when I lost my father, I just didn't want to really do all those things anymore until I met my husband. He reignited that light. And when I met Howard,
Oh man.
he heard me sing. He went out and bought every piece of equipment that you possibly can buy. We didn't even have a band yet. But he knew that we were going to get a band, we were going to go on the road. He just knew this is what I was meant to do. And that just broke me out my shell right then and there. We ended up going to the courthouse, getting the DBA, the rights to the Lady Song. At the time, I was the Songbird Jinda. And then we got another one for the Lady Songbird Jinda, Team Songbird Jinda. We just went out and we just did all we needed to do to make everything perfect for this musical walk. And I have to say, my husband, he pretty much saved me when it came to me fulfilling the dream of being a singer. Because during that time when I
2
lost my
miles,
father, I
take
pretty much
exit
didn't want to sing
269 on the
anymore.
right to Barrett Parkway.
I know my father would not have agreed with that, but that's just the mind space and the head space I was in at that time.
I understand. I understand. That's absolutely incredible, and I'm glad Howard did that because you mentioned often, and perhaps you can speak to some of the up and coming artists as well, and talk to them. How important is it to invest in yourself if you want to be successful in this industry?
That's right. I mean, it is extremely important. Extremely important. And I even can go back to just the other day. I posted a picture of it was a gross microphone that was a picture, a snapshot. I just put up Google gross microphone, and I just put it on my page to make a point.
On the right to
We go to all of these different functions. I don't care if we sing it at trail rides, outdoor events, and we don't bring our equipment. We don't bring our microphone. We just rely on the sound people to have our microphone there. And I'm not saying all sound people are the same, because there's some impeccable sound people that really take care of their equipment. They make sure that the artist is safe using their equipment. But on the other hand, when people hire their cousin Ned that has karaoke equipment that really don't have professional equipment and bought their microphones from a secondhand store, or was hand me down, or fell on the ground a couple times.
269 on the right to
Did it all up
Parkway, and then turn right.
Junk is all on it, and then hand it to you for a sound check, and then you wonder why you coughing and sneezing and huffing and puffing, because you done caught everybody's germ that ever held that mic. I said all that to say,
4 miles, turn right onto Garrett Parkway Northwest.
The first thing you ever get is a microphone. At least you just bring it with you. Bring it with you. You may not even need it. Because we have covers that are antibacterial covers that can go on top of the microphone, but that don't necessarily save you from catching anything.
I understand.
So I put that on my page, and that's something that you should invest in as an artist coming in.
Right. Let me just share something with the audience that's listen to the audio only. Jinda and Howard, they're traveling right now, so if you hear that voice, that's the GPS chiming in. So ladies and gentlemen, also if you're on Facebook or LinkedIn, we're live right now on Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can find the clips of the Lady Songbird Jinda all over our YouTube channel. Please subscribe and like and drop some love for this brilliant artist. Okay, so now tell us now your music. Now tell us, you have a lot of original music. Yes. Now, do you write it alone? Does Howard help you write it, or do you collaborate with other people writing your song? How does that work?
Howard and I write most of our music. I think there was one song on that on the Venus album that I wrote solo, and that would be something.
Okay.
It's a stepper cut, but jointly, me and my husband writes. If he writes one verse, I'll write another verse. We just pretty much we're kind of competing inside of the studio, but we piggyback on one another. If he has an idea, then I ride with that idea. Or if I have an idea, he rides with it. So that's how most of our songs came to be. Like Lover's Groove, Vibe, All of You, Southern Soul Love. All those songs were written by me and my husband.
How about Without? Let's talk about some of your songs right here. I have them all, ladies and gentlemen. It's such a pleasure here. Let's see. We have. I have. Oh, if only you knew. That's a cover.
Remake.
That's a remake.
From Patti LaBelle.
It's Time to Leave.
That one was
Sweeping it under
by
the
Jinda Jones.
Oh yes. As a matter of fact, you've collaborated with Jinda Jones, haven't you?
Quite a bit, yes. For the Phoenix album, the whole complete album was written and produced by Jinda Jones and Slack Tracks. They wrote that complete album, Phoenix, and on that album was Special, Do Right by Me. All of them, I know you have every last one of those songs. Boo Thing. Every last one of those songs in that Phoenix album is what Jeter and Slack Tracks wrote, and his wife. So
There's
yes.
so many. There's so many. Yeah,
Mhm.
sweeping it under the rug. Let's say I'm
That was
sweeping under the
written.
rug.
That was written by
Okay.
Omar Cunningham.
Okay. Also, you collaborate with Jeff Floyd. Now that it's over.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now,
We did
let's see.
that
There's so
song
many.
last year.
Tables Turn. Southern
Mhm.
Soul Love. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Shake and Move Final. We've got so much here. David Donnie Ray, you collaborated with him.
Mhm.
Mine again. No
Mhm.
words. Oh, now did you and Howard? Did you guys write No Words?
Now, No Word was a collaboration with Cupid, Bryson Bernard. That's Cupid's name. But that
Okay.
came about when we were in the studio. We were coming in just to record some new songs, and one of the A&Rs came in and he was like, "Hey, I want you to do a song. We want you to do a song with Cupid." I said, "D Cupid, the Cupid Shuffle Cupid." They were, yeah, Cupid. We got some songs. I want you to listen to them. But you pick one out that you think you can vibe to. I said, okay. So I'm listening to all the music and things. And when I heard that No Words and I heard that Cook, I was like, oh man, this is mine.
Oh yeah.
This is the style right here. So we wrote my verse, me and Howard, and Cupid had his verse already pretty much laid out. And then we did the background and we did the hook. And that was that. That was No Words. That's how that came
That's pretty
about.
cool. And there's so many songs here. Party Time, something, something. All of you. One of my favorites also is Without.
Yes,
That's one of my favorites.
One of my favorites
Everything
too.
is all right. Right. Can't do Kind of Man. Ladies and gentlemen, there are so many songs. And like you said, you're working on something else. About 10 songs coming out is that April or May?
Oh, I know it's coming out this year in 2026, but I am recording them in May. All 10 of those songs, and I'm going into the studio with Beat Flipper. So we're gonna make that dude. We gonna really, really do it. And Beat Flipper is the one who produced You Can't Have My Man. So we're going into the studio and we're going to do some magic. We're gonna make some magic. And Bobo,
I know that's right.
Bobo is another great producer. He produced Southern Soul Love. He produced did he produce my covers? Yeah, I got some covers coming out. I did a remake to Nobody's Supposed to Be Here. And Bobo did from Deborah Cox. And Bobo did the production on it. And when I tell you, this brother went in there and put some played the actual drums and got with folks and played real, it was real musicianship on there. And I can't wait for it to come out.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, tell the audience, as a performer, you're on stage. What is that vibe like when you're on stage?
I always tell people, man, you can't put it in the bottle. The feeling is unexplainable. I've seen for a multitude of people, and I've seen for a few people. It really doesn't matter the number, but the energy is what I get from the audience. I'm gonna always do my best, but when the audience is vibing with you, there is a feeling that comes over you that you can't patent, you can't make up. It's organic. And I'm the type of singer I like to walk around and sing to my audience so that I'm tangible, that I can relate, and I personalize each and every one of their experience with me. So that's what I do.
And let's talk about your vibe. I mean, your range a little bit, because I'm saying, wow, you remind me a lot of the late great Minnie Riperton. I've told you this many, many times. I had the pleasure of seeing her once, and she opened up for George Benson, right? And she stole the show. As a matter of fact, she was so great that George Benson brought her back on stage doing his set. And I noticed how she walks the stage and she connects with the audience. And you do a lot of the same thing. You will walk around the room. You'll walk over the stage. You don't stand still and sing. I mean, so what makes you do that?
You know, I try to be still. I promise you, I try to be still. Even when I have my live band, I can't be still. You know, but my husband, he'd be the
Right.
first to tell you he has to hire a cameraman because he can't find me. I'm everywhere. I can't stay stationary, and what makes me do that? I'm just drawn to the audience like a magnet. You know, and when I
No, I
sing for
love
them,
it.
I can feel their emotion, and I'm an emotional, passionate singer. So
Right.
yeah,
And that led me because I was going to ask you, when did you know that you are connecting with that audience? And I think you just answered that question. Oh, and
it,
you could
it took
feel their vibes, they could feel yours.
it took a long time for me to
Yeah.
get that type of courage. I was in a Motown Review and More in Houston, Texas, for a number of years before I actually ventured out and wanted to um, have the courage to sing in front of people like that. That opened me up as an artist, and I would tell any and every artist out there that's trying to get their feet wet when it comes to learning how to engage with the audience, to be a part of a production that can help you and groom you uh, able to engage with the audience. In that Motown Review and More production, I would have the ability to transform and show off my acting by being Tina Marie, putting the makeup and the hair and the guitar on to actually physically try to impersonate these legends. I was Cheryl Lynn, so I had to sing To Be Real. I was one of the Pointer Sisters. I was Tina Marie. I had to sing Lover Girl and Square Biz. You know, and then on that production, you have so many different great artists that's learning the same way you are. So I say all
Right.
that to say that helped me a great deal. That production.
You know, I tell you, that's because I was going to ask you also about. I know last year you did some acting. When did you start acting? Was that in high school, or I mean, well, middle school, high school, college? When did you start acting? Yeah, you froze, ladies and gentlemen. She's having a little internet connection. She's driving, and she still is doing. And you know, it's a pleasure for me to interview this superstar, and I call her a superstar because we love her music right here on this network. And if you want to hear more, just go to any platform and just look up Jinda Harris or the Lady Songbird Jinda Harris, and please subscribe, support this brilliant artist. You know, and like I said, it's very very unique because she's
Looks like
in that
it's trying to come
whistle
back.
register, you know, which is rare on its own.
Yes,
Jinda,
I'm so sorry. Our hotspot is going and
yeah, it's the,
going in and out. Can you see
it's
me?
the Wi-Fi. Yeah, I do understand. I
Okay.
see you now. Yes, the Wi-Fi, and so that's nothing, no fault of yours. Now, so your next project, and that's coming up here this year, and you're going to release it first here on the Buzz, aren't you?
Absolutely. No question. Absolutely.
I absolutely love it. As a matter of fact, tonight, when you decide to release it, then I want, because the hostile man, we haven't talked to him much today because this is all about you. But I want him to come on and co-host that show. When you release that, I don't care what day it is, we're going to do a show. And you know, you're welcome on any platform that we have, any of our music platforms, anytime. And so, hostile man, will you agree to come on and co-host that with me? Is he listening? Okay, it's the Wi-Fi again. It's the Wi-Fi again. So, Jinder, boy, I can't believe we got 1 minute to go. I want you to come back in before we cut this off. But ladies and gentlemen, find the Lady Songbird Jinder on any platform. You will not be disappointed with that. And she's also introduced us to several artists. And I want you to also come back next Thursday. That's Soul to Soul Sit Down with the Lady Songbird Jinder Harris. Soul to Soul Sit Down with the Lady Songbird. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see if she'll come back. I hope she does. But in the meantime, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to drop some of her music right now. Let's take a look at it.